Peak10 is a hybrid IT services provider with footprints from an international presence. We focus on areas like co-location, cloud services, interconnectivity, and overall managed services to manage day-to-day operations infrastructure. We have just over 850,000 square feet of data center space spread across our footprint, and we also have interconnectivity out to the hyperscaler clouds. We have connectivity into the on-premise and data centers, as well as customer locations. So we truly provide that hybrid IT experience overall with a focus on security and compliance. Prior to vCommander, we didn't have a self-service capability for our public cloud. So many of the operations were driven right at the hypervisor layer, which caused complexity for both us and the customer. From an internal perspective, we need to maintain operation and scale. So we need to be able to go through and work on the infrastructure without impacting the customer base. From a customer standpoint, they wanted transparency and control that prior to vCommander, we couldn't provide them. vCommander helps our customers in a series of ways from a self-service model. So number one, I would say it gives them the ability to manage their workloads without the necessity of Peak10's involvement. So it gives them the freedom, transparency, and control of operating their own public cloud infrastructure. Secondly, the right-sizing capability within vCommander allows the customer to understand whether they're properly utilizing the resources of that infrastructure overall. So they can see whether they need to spin up additional resources to maintain business workloads, or maybe they're in a slower period of their operation state, so they need to spin down some of those workloads to control that spend. So it really puts the transparency and control back into the customer's hands, and that's really what Inbotics enables us to do. More importantly, as of recent, the automation that we've really built utilizing the API set that vCommander provides and integrating ServiceNow, that's effectively allowed us to automate our delivery mechanism from end to end. Inbotics is now what we consider a source of truth from our configuration management database, which is effectively all of the assets that Peak10 manages and maintains on a daily basis. So it allows us to maintain accuracy within our CMDB. It allows us to provide self-service, but also maintain an audit trail within the operating infrastructure for our support personnel. Infrastructure is expensive, so the more rapidly that we can get it into the customer's hands and provide value to that capability, the better for us overall. With a managed service provider, there's always the complexity of control and transparency around what used to be our infrastructure. You move an infrastructure workload from something that's been on-premise in a customer's environment for a long period of time, and you take that away. It's really important that they don't feel that you've taken away the capability for them to manage their day-to-day life as they were prior. And Inbotics has provided us the capability to do that, and the feedback from the customer base has been just that. It's been extraordinary in the sense that it gives them the freedom to operate as if it was on a premise or in a public cloud infrastructure. And that's really what we're looking for, is the transparency capability. Inbotics has really helped us drive our cloud capability to the next level in terms of that self-service capability and as well as that automation capability. I'm really excited to see where we can push the platforms as we continue to move down that hybrid IT approach and a specific focus around cloud operating infrastructures, as well as utilizing the integrations between Inbotics and ServiceNow to continue driving efficiency and scale within our organization.